Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am doing a collective message today. I just cleansed. I want to do a Palo Santo as I get ready. I just want to thank you all for being here. I do want to let you all know I do have private reading bookings open for tomorrow, and I also have a community candle out as well. Okay, bring in a positive energy. Let me see. Yeah, I'm looking good. Anyway, I just want to thank everyone. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. I like that. Anyway, hi everyone. Hi everyone. I do love you. I do love you so much. One second. I actually forgot to do this. I always forget. All right. One second, everyone. I totally forgot to put this on. Hi, everyone. I think we're good. Okay. There we go. And yeah, let's get started. So we're going to do a collective message today. It's going to be what do you need to know most? And then I'm going to take it from there. I don't actually know what we'll get. It's going to be whatever messages need to come out. I just want to thank you, give my love, give my support, and know you mean the world to me, everyone. All right. Let's see. Let's start now. You know, I kind of want to do that. Let me see. 2, 15. What, dude? Just like that. There we go. Anyway, let's get started. So let's get like an overall energy, an overall message, and then we'll take it from there. So what does pile? Oh, by the way, if you are interested, I do have a pick a card reading out, a pick a card channel. It's the readings have been really amazing. If you are interested in that, do check it out. Anyway, so let's see what does the collective need to know right now? What does a collective message need to know right now? Let's see here. Collective message. Let's get the overall energy. Actually, I'm gonna take those first two. We have the 4 of inspiration, and it's a verse. I feel like there's a goal or aspiration that you have for yourself right now. I almost gave a sign. Anyway, there's a goal or aspiration that you have for yourself right now. It feels so out of reach that it makes you think it's never going to happen. It makes you think that it's not going to change, not going to move, you're never going to get there. In fact, you may feel like you're delusional, even considering it, or delusional to even think that it's possible. It kind of reminds me of when you have like you want to become maybe like a doctor or I don't know something like one of those jobs that it will just take so long. It feels so impossible that you feel like it's pointless to even dream about. It's pointless to even think about. It's pointless to even want it. When we desire stuff, everyone collective all of you, when we desire stuff, it's for us. It may not be exactly the way we thought it was going to be, but there is truth there in that desire. I feel like there are things that you want. I feel like it's a specific goal, and you feel like it's just impossible, like it just won't happen. And it honestly kind of feels like you are dismissing it, right? It feels like you are pushing it away. In fact, I feel like you may even beat yourself up about it when it comes to like these thoughts that pop through. I feel like these thoughts are more divinely guided than you can possibly imagine. And if you were to give yourself a break and give yourself a chance, you don't know how far you'll get. with the overall being the four of voices, I feel like these thought patterns, I feel like this limiting beliefs and the way that you perceive things is holding you back. You wanna you want to start to believe in yourself. I feel like these aspirations and these goals are coming from the inner child, and our inner child are dreamers, right? And it's up to us, right? It's up to us to give our inner child that experience. I feel like it's about sorry, I got this message earlier, but I feel like it's about you figuring out how to make that dream a reality, right? So this is actually what we're going to talk about. How do you make your dreams a reality? These dreams that seem so impossible, that they'll never happen. How do we get those into the physical reality? How do we get those to ground in this, in our reality? How do we create that life? So that's actually what we're going to talk about. All right. Um, I mean, it aimed real big. So let's take a look here. Anyway, sorry. By the way, hi everyone. Hi. So let's take a look here. So how let's sorry, I don't know how to phrase this question. How does the collective get that into the physical reality? How do they create the life that they dream of? I feel like that's a good way. How can the collective, everyone that's watching this video, everyone's going to click on this video, how can they make their dreams a reality? How can they make their dreams a reality? It's a tall order, isn't it? Anyway, we have your first card is going to be the Ten of Voices, and it's reverse. Ten of Voices reverse. Interesting. I feel like there are things in your life that have been long overdue to end. Like long overdue. In fact, it feels like, in our life we have, it's everything's finite, right? So how much time you have in a day is finite, right? All the things that you can accomplish in a day is finite. And it feels like with that Ten of Voices on the table, there are things in your life that are taking up too much time, too much space, too much energy, and putting these things to rest, right? And I do mean literally, it's going to free up so much of your energy that it will allow you to have more time for your dreams. I know that that's obvious, but it is what's coming through. It's your first message, but let's see. We also have the Ace of Emotions in its reverse. Let's take a look here. Ace of Emotions is the Ace of Cups. We have the Four of Materials reversed as well. Let's put this in here anyway. Let's see, Four of Materials. We have the 10 of Materials here as well. And then let's get a last message or a last card before we dissect what this is. And then we have the Two of Materials, the Two of Pentacles reversed, with the overall being the Lovers. In life, everyone, there are choices that we make that we know we deeply resonate with. Like they're profound, and these choices are things that we truly see ourselves doing, right? We truly see ourselves being, we truly see ourselves achieving, right? In fact, I feel here that these are parts of your future that have been written. Right. One of the things that I have learned the hard way, just because something is written doesn't mean it happens, right? And very few parts of our future are written. I feel here that the reason why you are so drawn to this, the reason why this is a dream or aspiration that just simply won't go away, right? It constantly is returning. You're constantly reminded about it, and you're constantly nagged, right? And it feels like you're being nagged, right? You feel like it's impossible. Why am I being told this? The reason is it's part of your future, right? It's meant to be. I feel, how do you make it? One of the biggest reasons, or the biggest or easiest ways to create this into your physical reality, to bring this in, the third dimension, is to remind yourself that it's meant for you, right? When we know something, right? When we truly know, when we truly get that it's meant for us, we don't stop and start thinking that it can't happen, right? I don't, I've talked about it before, and there's parts of your futures that are written, and I've visited them, and it's been crazy, right, to see those parts. It's been amazing to see those parts, and it's helped me reaffirm those times when I had doubt about my path or about where I was going and how I was going to get there. I feel like this is probably the key for you right now. How do I make that future that I know is meant for me? Is to know it is, right? Is to truly get that, believe that, and to embrace it. I feel like with the Four of Materials in its reverse, with the Ace of Cups in its reverse here. Sorry, yeah. Ace of Cups in its reverse, I feel like your negative thought patterns, right? Your limiting beliefs are blocking your heart, right? Your heart knows what's meant for you. Our hearts are densest energy, right? It's the smartest part of us, and it feels like your heart is leading you towards this dream of yours, this aspiration of yours. But your mind, right? Your negative thought patterns, and I want to say even some of your ancestral beliefs, right? They're hindering you and keeping you from really embracing this new path and really embracing that destination. I want to give you an example, but I don't know. I don't like I should rate. This is probably a moment in time where I will pull a celebrity story, but I don't have one coming through. I just know that, it's in your heart. You just know that this is mine. This is meant for me. I meant to achieve this in this lifetime. Um, don't dumb it down. Don't reject that, right? Don't push that away. It is meant for you. So this is how you're going to bring it in, is knowing, right? Feeling it and truly embracing it. With the two materials in its reverse, with the 10 of swords, there are things in your life, long-standing issues that haven't changed, that need to go. They need to be released. They need to be surrendered. I know. If you knew, everyone, like what something in your life was doing to your life, and like, how do I phrase this? So, like, let's say you have a bad habit. I'll give one of mine. I eat chips, right? If you knew what those chips are gonna do to you at the end of your life, do you think you'd still eat them? Maybe, maybe not, right? I feel like if there are things in your life that have been long overdue to end, and if you knew, if you were to invest in that, or keep investing in that, and keep it in your life, it would do this to it, right? That is a sorry. I don't know if you can figure that one out, or I don't know, but it's important that you know, like, these things that you have in your life, that need to go. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh so much. That these things in your life needs to go. They are impacting your life trajectory and where you're going to end up. I would want to say, if I were you, to really, really consider that. So I really think about that. All right. With the star being here, these are dreams of yours, aspirations of yours, and things that truly, truly, truly matter to you. How you do that, how you move through life to get this, is knowing it's for you. It's the key, right? And again, it truly feels like these are parts of your destiny, parts of that parts of your future that's been written. So few of it has been, right? And it doesn't mean it's guaranteed to happen. In fact, our choices need to be in alignment with that. And there's choices you're not making in your life that need to be in alignment, that need to be made, so that you can remove stuff that are out of alignment with that, and choices you need to make on a path to get there that will be in alignment with that. Yeah. All right. It does make sense. Anyway, it's funny. Uh, let's see. So can you tell me, how else can everyone manifest their dreams, right? Their dream job, or their dream, it feels like goals. I don't normally pick jobs out, but businesses, books, creative projects. It's my energy, everyone. Anyway, how can they do it? We have the 9 of voices reversed. Okay. Getting out of your head is key. Loyalty seems to be a big one for you. I often see loyalty as probably one of the biggest Achilles heel that we have just in life. With the 9 of voices here, I feel like there are people in your life, things in your life, places in your life that you are loyal to that are hindering you. If you knew how much it would hinder you, you'd let it go, right? It feels like because you don't get how big of a block that is. And again, the Empress is creation energy. It's inspiration. I feel like you're meant to create something in your physical reality. It's meant for you. It truly is. You're meant to have this experience, have this life, have this have these experiences. But this loyalty issue and is a big one, right? I feel like these people, places, and things that you don't let go of are a big hindrance to that. Sorry, my dog is licking my foot. Thank you, sweetie. Okay, we also have the Queen of Voices reversed. Your mind is the biggest one. Your mind blocks your heart. And when your mind is blocking your heart, everyone, it can't your your heart is what's going to lead you here, right? The path as well. Think of it like you're in the dark. It's pitch black. There's no way to see, right? What are you going to do to get up, right? Feel your way through it with your heart, right? I feel like it's the key for you. I know that, you know, you're looking at this goal, this dream, this ambition, and thinking it's not going to happen. I feel like your heart knows the way. Your mind doesn't. And it feels like you're going by your mind rather than your heart. And it's about time you start to switch that. Go by your heart instead of your mind, because that's what's going to make it through. That's how you're going to get to the destination you'd seek. All right. We have the page of emotions. Again, the heart's starting out. When you first start using your heart, it takes time. It always does. It takes time, takes training. It takes belief, right? It even takes concentration. So know that this isn't going to be easy. All right. We also have the Empress reverse. I feel like there's an ancestral issue with your mother, specifically the mom. It's not always going to be your mom. It could be even childhood issues. But I feel like your mom had a similar experience where she let her heart get blocked off and she didn't pursue her passions. She may have settled in a relationship. It's not going to be for everyone, but I feel here with the four materials in its reverse, this issue for a lot of you comes from the mother or your lineage, a pattern. It's what keeps you from taking those leaps. One thing I can see here, and this is just a random example. Let's say you're young, you're trying to go after your dreams or aspirations. Your mom's saying, "Don't do it. You're gonna fail. What's the point? Here you'll be sorry," right? Something along those lines. And let's say when you're young, because we always do it, you make them. You I guess you fail, right? And your mom says, "I told you so," and it laid an imprint on you, right? That she's right and that you should follow her logic or you should follow how she lived her life. My message to you, everyone, is your mom had a pattern, right? That was always going to be the truth, right? You know, when we first start out in life, we always try things that are not necessarily meant for us. We're learning. We're growing, we're becoming who we're meant to be, shedding who we're not. I feel like, you know, when your mom said this or implied this or and it became like a self-fulfilling prophecy, it wasn't that she's right. It wasn't that her way of living is correct. It was always going to be part of your path. She just guessed it, right? I know it's a crazy one, but it is there. Anyway, we also have the Queen of Materials and it's reverse. Interesting. It's linked to this one. If there's things in your life that suck up too much of your energy, you need to pour everything if you want everything. Does that make sense? You want this, you got to give it everything. Your whole, I feel like your mind, your body, your soul. I feel like everything needs to be poured into this dream. Again, this dream is meant for you, but it doesn't mean it's going to be easy. In fact, we pick things that are hard, right? We pick things that are ambitious, that are challenging. We don't come here to like glide through life. We come here to really, really, really push through all of that. All those blocks, all those restrictions, especially the ancestral stuff, right? Especially the collective stuff that we're all releasing. If you want this, if you want everything, you need to give everything. That's the point. And there are things that are taken from you that make this in some ways impossible, right? But know that it is still possible if you start to release that. Again, it could be loyalty, but I feel like it's like, I want to say, if I were to give you like an example, let's say you drink wine or something, I don't know, you know, instead of, you know, you can come home and like put some work into this. Instead you come home and drink and then like maybe watch TV, maybe take your time eating like food. I don't know, right? You know, it's a message like that. Like these are the kind of things you want to look at when it comes to like releasing. I feel like your intuition will know, your heart should know. I feel like you should know. These are things that you should like. You just like, oh, I gotta quit this, or I need to stop this. For me, it's chips right now. Yeah. It's chips is my thing, by the way. I know I should stop eating chips. I know if I were to look at the end of my life and look at what it done to my body, I would think differently. But I feel like it's not you quit everything, but there's specific things in your life that are taking too much of your energy, too much of your time. And these things are keeping you from your everything. All right. The Fool is still at the bottom. Real funny. Anyway, let's grab one more. We have the Nine of Emotions, all about wish fulfillment. Your wish fulfillment doesn't change in this lifetime. Your destiny doesn't change. Where you're meant to end up, your purpose, it doesn't change, right? The only thing that needs to, I don't mean to laugh. The only thing that needs to change here, everyone, for this collective message, and for everyone who's watching, I don't know how to phrase that. Sorry, I haven't done a collective message in a while. And anyway, for whoever's watching, I'm sorry. I know it's like a hiccup for the flow. Anyway, I digress. But this isn't going to change. Where you're meant to end up in this life is not going to change. It was written, right? You're gonna have to move through there. If you want your wish fulfillment, you want your 10, you want your 9. This is how you get there, right? This is what you need to do to get there, and you need to be willing to give everything. To get it, all right. And your last card we have is the Muse of Inspiration. Again, this is my energy inspiration, by the way. Creation itself, you are meant to be a creator. Sorry, everyone. You're truly meant to be a creator. And the message here is, why aren't you creating your dreams? Right. And it feels like this is the dream for you. So let's get some more messages. Can you tell me let me look what's behind here. This is reverse. We have Temperance reverse. I feel with Temperance reverse, there are things in your life that you do not resonate with that need to be removed. I know. I sound like a broken record, but it's so important. This is like step number 1. Step number 1 isn't starting the business, right? And writing the book. No, it's about you removing the things in your life that take too much energy. For what you put in to what you get out, it's not enough. I don't know what this is. It's gonna be a little different for all of you. It's too much. You're putting in too much for what you're receiving. It's not fulfilling enough, right? These are the things that you need to look at. Sorry, the air came up. These are things that you need to look at if you want to start making progress, not walking the path, removing everything that could block you from the path. Can I be honest with you, everyone? In life, we don't normally get multiple tries to go after our dream job, right? Or go after our dream career, or to have that dream project. We don't get multiple tries. In fact, usually we get about one, right? I feel here you don't want to waste your one try, or maybe your second try, right? And set yourself up for failure because you weren't willing to let go of things you don't resonate with. Don't do that, right? Let go of everything you're willing to let go of, or everything you need to let go of, so that when you try first or second time, possibly the third, I really don't see you going past that third. Let go of everything so you will be successful. Okay. Let's see. Let's get some cards. Sorry, just like it's reading's like really interesting. Anyway, out of all the topics, this is it. Anyway, here we are. So let's see. How can everyone manifest their dream job? Let's see. We have Smoke and Mirrors with Oracle's Gift. One thing I can see here, you may be looking at this and think that this is a lie to you, right? Or think it's impossible, or think you're never going to get it. I know. We've all been there, right? I remember when I got my purpose, I'm thinking, like what like WTF, right? I was very much thinking that. I know it's tricky. I know it's hard. But I truly feel like you've seen it, right? You've had visions of it. If you know in your heart it's meant for you, it's about time you started to pursue that. And we have Wish Upon a Star as your last card. This is something that you wish for. Again, it comes from the inner child. I can tell, right? The inner child's not giving up on this, right? So there's no way of throwing out your inner child, right? Your inner child's a part of you. I had news for you. I got news for you, everyone. Sorry, I just saw 2222 on the camera. You're gonna be very unhappy if you don't do this, right? Or you can just pursue this and live a very happy life. Bottom we have is Tender Embrace. Embrace your inner child's needs, what it's yelling at you about, what it's telling you. It's going to be the best. Look at 22, by the way. Anyway, I feel like your inner child isn't going to give up. It never does. It never will. This is one of those situations where a part of us wants more for us than we want for ourselves. I know that you may want to settle. I know that you may want to just do what your mom did, right? Or live how your family lives, right? But your heart, your inner child wants more, right? It's about time you start to listen, because they wouldn't want more if it wasn't possible. If there was no way, right? It wouldn't be there. It wouldn't be available. It wouldn't even like register in your mind. The reason why you desire this, the reason why you are inspired by this, is that it's possible. And it's about time that you started to believe in it a little bit more, so you can start to walk this path and release what needs to be released. At bottom we have Shining Through. I feel like it's a part of you. This is truly meant for you as well. It feels like your energy, it's made for this. All right, Muse. I know that. Anyway, let's see. I want to go from here. By the way, hi everyone. Sorry, let's see who's here. Hi Shadow, hi Sarita, Sonj, and hi Chad. Anyway, okay, let's see. I'm gonna grab some more cards. Can you tell me how can they manifest their dreams? How can they manifest their? And this feels like it's the dream. Hold on, my mom's calling me. One second, everyone. I'm gonna tell her I'm busy. Sorry, she said don't do a reading today. That's what she told me. So I'm gonna tell her I'm doing a reading. Yeah. Okay. My bad. Anyway, we have as your first one patterns. Ellen of the ways. Yeah. For one, I feel here there's a pattern you need to let go of. It's so clear. It's gotta go. You need to liberate yourself from it. It's unhelpful, it's unwanted, it's uninspired at this point. You need to do what inspires you. You need to do what really fills you up. It's so key. I know that I personally would like something bigger than what I'm currently doing, but this still inspires me, right? It still gets me there. I feel like you want to make sure that what you're doing inspires you, what you're doing moves you. The number 12 is the hangman, right? It's the number, I actually want to say the number of enlightenment at this point, but I feel, sorry, that just made a lot of sense to me. It's a number of enlightenment. You need to be willing to let go of all that doesn't serve you. We have independence as well. This is something that you're craving. I do feel, this is about you liberating yourself from your family's patterns, ancestral wounds, all that stuff. It requires with this Parvati devotion, right? Devotion to your path. You need to pour everything into this if you want success. If you want success at a fast pace, at least, but it requires everything. Are you willing to take that leap? Are you truly willing to pour your heart into this? You have to be willing to do that. All right. And we have adaptability, very key here. In life, we go through many rebirths and many deaths, right? I feel like you're meant to adapt. I feel like you're meant to change. I feel like you're meant to I feel like you're meant to start to shift out of the old and enter the new, and then we have new beginnings. Yeah, sorry, I just realized that. It's a number 13, which is a death card, right? Death and transformation, very key for you. With the adaptability on the table, it's number 1. This is your new beginning, right? Maybe you're asking yourself what's next, or maybe you're asking yourself, I want more. Yeah, it's that dream that you've been thinking about. It's that aspiration, that goal you've had in your mind. That's where you need to pour your energy. That's where you need to pour your focus, and that's where you're going to have the most expansion. And we also have as your last one the sun. It's your happiness as well. I do feel with the sun being on the table here, it's about happiness. New beginning, they'll stand out to me. Let's see what's behind here. We have wisdom. It's about shining your light, right? It's key. It's about shining your light. Anyway. Sorry. I just out of all the topics, I'm a little shocked it's this one. Let's see. Anyway. So can I get some more cards here? Can you tell me what else? Like, is there any guidance that you have for any guidance that you have for the collective? Any guidance that you have for the collective? I'm gonna do one more question. By the way, as well, we have the land in between. We don't move from point A to point B just like that, right? With that sun here, it's a new beginning, but there's a transition period that you're going to be moving through. You need to move through the transition period. A part of it is releasing, right? People, places, and things. The other part of it is preparing for what you're moving towards. I know it's crazy, but a really good example for this is saying you're going to migrate somewhere, right? Let's say you live in a really, really, really tropical place and you're moving towards somewhere that's cold. Well, you are going to have to, you can't just go with the same clothes, right? You need to prepare yourself to move into that colder weather, right? The message here with that land between is it's a process, it's a path. It's not one. Sorry, it's not just you know. It's not just one step, right? It's so many steps, so many. And you know, it's one thing I will tell you, and I can tell that your mind's doing it. We tend to look at all of it, all the steps necessary to get here. This will overwhelm your mind. Your mind will start to get exhausted, and it will start to like burn out, right? Just keep your mind focused on the next step. not all of the steps, and let universe guide you. Let your own guidance guide you. All right. We have imperfect harmony. This is what you want for your life before you start this path. As a path that's harmonious as possible. An inside life, right? I feel like your life and within yourself as harmonious as possible. That's what you want. You want that harmony. Sorry, I want to look at this. You may want to meditate. That's a key one, but it's not just that. I feel with imperfect harmony, you want to make sure that everything in your life is in alignment with where you're going. All right. Let's grab another one. Sorry. For your guidance, we have ears wide open. This is about you being receptive to your divine guidance, but there's something about, I feel, your ancestors coming through. Like your ancestors will love to help you. I even want to say even some of your friends or your family may want to help you, but it feels like there is a need for you to keep your ears open to I want to say the subtle guidances that we receive, even your intuition, for instance. All right. And then we have the grand symphony. This is your grand symphony, this goal, this ambition, this dream of yours. It's everything for you. So everything. And that's the point, right? Would you give up on your everything? Why are you putting off the everything? That's the point. That's the question that you have to ask yourself, right? This is what you're moving towards, is your everything. And then we have great big love. There's not many things in this life that can fill our heart up fully. This is one of them. All right, this is it, right? This is a big one. This is too big. A lot of people focus on love or romance to give them that big fulfillment, right? But in my experience, it comes from our purpose, right? It comes from that. I feel like this is yours as well. This is what's going to fill you up in ways you couldn't imagine. We have tender embrace again. I'll leave like that. Tender embrace does not resonate with me anyway. Let's put this away, and then we're going to do a different question right after this. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. All right. I want to think about this. Let's see. No, that's not a good one. Man, I don't know. Hold on. Let's look here. We have radical acceptance, and potential. Okay. I feel like we got that one. I feel like I answered how do you make your dreams a reality. It's about you letting go of the past. We're good. Sorry, I'm gonna be honest with you, everyone. I'm a little shocked at how good that reading was. It's as good. Sorry, it had so much in it. Okay. Let's look at let me see. Can I get an overall message? Just another collective message, please. Let's just let spirit decide that collective message. Let's let spirit decide what the next collective message is. Okay. No, I love you, everyone. No, I care. Let's let spirit decide the next collective message. We have the page of voices. Okay, and then it's coming out with the moon in its reverse, with your overall being the 5 of emotions here. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the hell this is saying to me. Let's see. Let's grab one more. We have the muse of emotions as well. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. The page of voices for me is like the page of swords. I feel like you are maybe thinking about starting a new skill, a new hobby. I see what it's saying. Okay, I got you. So, what your next message is going to be about, it's going to be focused on, is the thing that I think stops us the most. I think it is a continuation to what we just received. This message is all about something that we desire within us, or something that we would hope, right? Is for things to be perfect before we start something. In my experience, everyone, we start something and we learn on the job, right? It's slowly but surely we gain that information, right? We receive it. Actually, it's actually the best way to put it. I feel like a big part of the reason why you haven't moved towards this goal is the fact that you may not feel like you have enough information. You may not feel like you have enough wisdom, right? You may not even feel like you have enough know how to be successful. I one thing that really stands out to me is for our purpose, we've been training for it for lifetimes, right? Every single one of us. Like when it comes to your purpose, you're the best at it. That's the point, right? No one's better. And it feels like with that 5 of emotions here, your message that you want to remember is that you may look at this as a cup half empty, but I look at it as a cup half full. You not knowing a lot means you can gain that on the on the job, but it also means that you do it your own way instead of doing it like everybody else does. This is about you learning to think for yourself. All right, so we're gonna take it from there. I wonder how I want to form this question. Let's see, how can you take those first steps? How about that? How can the collective take those very first steps? And we'll see. So for the collective message, how can everyone take their very first steps? By the way, hi Lexi, hi Aman, hi Emmy. Let's see. How can the collective take their very first steps? Let's see. How can the collective take their very first steps? We have the Emperor reverse. Interesting. It's definitely linked to your father. Definitely a lot of like ancestral patterns, right? Ancestral wounds. I feel like your father. This isn't gonna be for everyone, but I'm gonna give you like the best example that's coming through. Let's say your father had let's say your father had kids very young and had to settle for a job that they didn't necessarily want so that they can pay the bills and keep food on the table. I feel like some of you, this could have happened earlier in your lineage or generations ago. I see about 4 to 5, but 4 really stands out to me. Sorry, it is the Emperor. That's funny. Anyway, sorry, I really need to look at that one. I just received something that's crazy, but whatever. With the Emperor in its reverse, I feel like it happened about 4 generations ago. Someone in your father, right, in your father's lineage, had to get a low-paying job, had to give up on their dreams, their aspirations, had to give up on what's meant for them because they had to put food on the table. Possibly they were a father, they had to provide. This wound, I feel, still exists in your lineage, and it still plays out a role. Still plays a role in your life. It keeps you from pursuing your dreams, and it keeps you from taking those first steps. You're gonna break that pattern. One thing, because I just brought it up, our purpose, right, or our destiny, it's written, it's meant for us. This would have actually made their life very miserable because every choice they would have made would have put them closer to that. They didn't feel like they could do it or achieve it because they had to settle. It's an interesting energy to come through. I'm gonna be honest with you, because this would have created karma, anger, resentment, bitterness. It may have made this ancestor rage. Like they may have had rage, and they never got over that. All right. We also have strength coming through for how you can do it. All right. You would need all your strength to overcome that one. When I did a rage one for my family, everyone, I gotta be honest with you, it was too hard. It was so hard. I couldn't believe it. I feel like you're this ancestor that gave up on their dreams. That rage has passed down through your lineage. Okay. We have the 4 of emotions. We have the Muse of emotions as well. Okay. This comes from an Akashic record keeper, by the way. The record keepers and guides. They say you need to make the intention that you want to take those first steps. That's key. They will make your life boring as a result of that intention. I hope that makes sense to you. So let's say you're like, I really want to just do this, right? I want to just go. I want to just take the first steps. I want to try this. I want to give it my best shot. They will, right? All that is will start to make your life really boring. And how do I phrase this to you? It pushes you in this direction. I know it's crazy to say, right? They're making your life boring, but I've had cycles in my life, everyone, where there was no TV no TV at all, and I'm just sitting here like there's nothing to watch, and so I would get up and just do work I had to do, right? It's like that, right? Real boring, so that you get pushed in this direction and you can actually do the work you need to do to take those first steps. But you need to set the intention that you actually want to. Know that they'll help you, and that is help. By the way, it's real help too. This is as helpful as one can get because they're taking away all of the distractions, right? so that you need to face what you need to face, do what you need to do. All right. We also have the chariot here as well. It's full throttle as well. Following your heart is key. With the muse of emotions here, with the muse of emotions, I can tell that they will sorry, not they would it will bring the most fulfillment. So everything else in your life will be so boring, you'll be so sick of it, you'll be tired of it, and then the new thing will be so exciting that you will just naturally move towards it and give it a try. It will be the only thing on your mind as well. It will be the only thing your heart wants. And well, I got to be honest with you, it's just, it pushes you in just the right ways. And I've had those. I can't stress. I remember I was flipping through it and I knew, like, I'm flipping Netflix and I just knew there's nothing that's going to be on because I'm not supposed to be on TV right now. I just knew it in my heart. And I feel like that's what they do to us, right? And they do it in the best possible way. I do feel with the 8 of emotions in its reverse, this kind of reminds you of a void, right? They're going to take away everything that's distracting you. Walk away from anything that you're not walking away from, all right? And then we have the Ace of Voices in its upright. This is the Ace of Swords. I do feel with the Ace of Swords on the table, this is about cutting away all that doesn't serve you. But it kind of reminds me of a scene in a movie where you are shining a sword and you're putting it on someone's eyes. I know it sounds crazy, but it is what it is. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means exactly, but it's part of it. Let's see. So let's get some more cards here. How can they take their very first steps towards their purpose, towards what's meant for them? How can they get themselves to take the first steps? Again, it feels like this is probably the bigger one for a lot of you, right? It's your ancestral lineage. It's someone from your family, right? Your father's side that gave up on their dreams 4 generations ago. They have it passed on, and you have to work through that. It takes true strength to do it, right? We have patterns. Yeah. It's all about that pattern. I know. Real interesting stuff here, but you're going to have to break that pattern. It's going to take real grit, real strength, real determination to do that. Know that if you break it for you, you break it for everyone. And that's the point. Know that it's not just you doing it. Sorry, it came from the records. They said that you don't have to do it alone, right? Your family can help you with this, but that intention and that desire needs to be set, right? The determination has to be set. We also have the co-creation, the Spider Woman. This is all about you. You're gonna want to start co-creating with universe, manifesting, right? Taking inspired action. Taking inspired thoughts as well. I know it's crazy to say the thought one, but take inspired thoughts. And we have potential. And the last one for how they'll do it, we have 2 cards. We have Sacred Unity, and it came out with healing. You're going to want to heal all the parts of yourself. I feel, when I first started my healing, I understood very quickly that I was not in a good place, and I was not feeling great, right? I was actually it's really broken up, right, inside. You're going to want to heal your insides, make yourself whole. That's key here. It does feel like some of the patterns that you have, even your lineage issues, they are part of the reason why you feel separate from yourself, why you feel incomplete, why you don't feel whole. These things often lead us to sorry, where's that card at? They lead us in, they put us in a void, right? And we're always looking to fill that void with whatever is in front of us, right? It leads to this insatiableness, right? Likely drug addiction. That's what happened with me. But whatever yours is, you're gonna want to start to make yourself whole, so you don't fall into that pattern, right? You don't fill your time up, your day up with things that are not valuable, and things that are harmful to you. Okay. With the healing being here, healing will help bring you unity, right? It will help bring you healing, will help make you whole. With the potential and the co-creation, there's so much potential for this dream, this aspiration, this goal, but it's up to you to co-create it. It doesn't just happen because it's meant to happen, right? You're the one who determines it by your free will, by your ability to co-create and your ability to take one step in front of the other. All right, that is the key. Anyway, let's grab some oracle. Is there any last guidance that you want to give for everyone that's watching? By the way, I hope you all enjoyed this. It felt good to me to give anyway. Let's grab some guidance, please. We have as your first one a tall tale. One thing this kind of reminds me of, it's actually another Baron Reed Oracle deck. It's that story that we tell ourselves. I feel like you want to stop telling yourself that story, whatever story this is. But I feel like with this tall tale here, this kind of reminds me of when I tell people about what I've done, how I've got to where I am. It's an odd one. I know it's crazy, but it's the guidance here. I don't know. Maybe it's to create your own. I don't know. We'll see. Let me just keep going. But let's see. We have the last one. A powerful move. Sorry, like yawning. We have feeling the world, and we have waking the lion. Okay. All right. And your overall for your guidance is the higher view. Have the highest perspective here. Connect more with your higher self. Our higher self has the ability to see things far ahead than us, right? It can see things that are. It's easier to. It can see an easier path ahead, an easier way to move through things. Connecting with your higher self is key. There is an Akashic record reader in my description section, Katherine, and she offers a class to help you connect more to your higher self. You may want to give that a go, by the way. I did get guided for that. So if you are looking to have a better connection with the higher self, she's the one to ask, or she's the one who offers this. I believe it's a higher self workshop. I don't know. I've never taken it. But she's the one that you're going to want to take a look at. With the powerful move here in a tall tale, I feel like one thing I can tell, this is part of your story, right? That's the whole point. I know how crazy this dream of yours is, how crazy this goal of yours is, but it is part of your story, right? Make those powerful moves. You have the keys here as well. I do feel with the powerful move on the table, it's just another chapter in your story, right? It's another move in your story. It's just sometimes, I guess, sorry, it is coming from them, the record keepers and guides. Sometimes looking at our life like a story, right? Sometimes looking at our life like a movie is easier. Like, in fact, what they gave me first was look at your story like it's an arc. I know it's crazy to say, but look at it like, hey, it's just an arc, right? This is just like that bad before it gets good. You know, in the movies when there's a fight scene and the hero is about to lose, right? And then they get their comeback, right? That is part of that arc. It feels like you may have had a setback like this, or you feels like you need to look at your life a little bit more like that. Like what you're currently going through, it's just your down spot, right? You're about to have that upswing. It's probably one of the best things that you can do to take the first steps, and also to take any step after, is to look at your story like an arc or like a movie. Movie is what comes to my mind, though. All right. With that feeling the world and waking the lion, your feelings are key to your activations right now. The lion energy is mastery, right? Strength and compassion. You're gonna need to like real good strength for that ancestral pattern. Now the rage one's hard. I don't know. Mine was hard. I don't know if yours is gonna be, but mine's real difficult. I feel here, you have to feel to heal. All right, that's what I know. That's what I tell everyone, and it's truth. You do have to feel to heal. So keep yourself open to that. Be willing to experience what needs to be experienced. All right. Anyway, I think I'm gonna leave it there, everyone. Let me post some channel messages. I like actually doing channel messages. Any last messages for the collective? By the way, hi everyone. Any last messages for the collective? The collective messages. Let's see. Let's see. Your first one is make you jealous. This path, this aspiration that you have, it's going to make you it's going to make people jealous, right? I feel here as well, if you have jealousy, if you see people going for their dreams and aspirations, you're jealous of them, the reason for this is you're not going after yours. All right, you're just not. We are fated to meet again. This is about fate itself. Again, this is part of your destiny. You're meant to end up here, but it won't happen if you don't take action, right? That's the point. This is what it means to be sovereign, right? It's also what it means to have that free will. You decide if you make it there, not the world, right? It doesn't just happen, right? It's you. This is too big for that to just happen. All right. I know you're getting back on your feet. Do it. But the number 12 does ring to me as enlightenment. Look at it in a more enlightened approach. It's going to be the key to getting you there. And we have, you were meant for me. This is meant for you. I know. Right. You want to tell yourself otherwise. I get it. But it truly is meant for you. And it's about time you start to see things clearly. It's about time you start to move towards this. All right. I want to thank you, everyone. I want to give my love, my thanks, my appreciation. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and take care. Bye, everyone. Oh.